Good morning, dear students. Today we'll be discussing the second part of the chapter is planning sports. In this topic, in this chapter we're discussing about tournaments. Under the tournaments, we have knockout tournaments, league or round-robin tournaments, or competition tournaments. But before that, let's understand what is the meaning for tournaments. Now, tournaments in physical activity has been a natural tendency of human beings since the beginning of Stone Age. Like from the beginning of this Stone Age, people have been competing with each other. Then, what is the reason for competitions? Why people are competing from the beginning of time till today? The reason is because of the entertainment or because of the satisfaction that comes from improving one performance, like how you have done in previous and after how your performance right now. So there's a satisfaction when you achieve something. There's satisfaction. So there is also reasons why people compete in competitions or in a tournament. At the same time, desired wins. Now, many of the people have a desired win. Like if I win there, you feel satisfaction, you feel happy. So these are also reasons why people compete in a tournament. At the same time, satisfaction that comes from performing well. So if you're performing well, then what happens? You feel happy. So this is also the reasons why people compete in a tournament. Now, let's understand what is the meaning for this tournament. Tournament is a series of contests. Let me repeat again. Series of contests between a number of competitors competing for an overall prize. So there's an overall prize. There's lots of participants, and after that, what they do? They try to compete each other so that they will get the overall prize that is in the form of the first positions, in the second position, third positions, or maybe in the form of winning the World Cup, or maybe just winning a trophy. So this is the reasons why people compete in a tournament. Now, the tournaments are organized at various levels, such as it can be for zonal levels, it can be for district level, it can be for state level, national level, and international level. So these are various kind of levels that you can compete in a tournament. Now, under the tournaments, we have the importance of tournaments. Why it is important for you to conduct a tournament. The first point says like this: there is development of sports skills. Now, when you take part in any kind of tournaments or activities, what happens is definitely you practice yourself. You try to improve yourself, how to play, how to control the balls, how to shoot the ball. So what happens? Automatically your skills get better. Not only that, it's also develop technical skills, but also tactical skills like how you're playing. It's not only that. What also improve when you conduct tournaments, the formations, what formations to play, what strategy to play, how you are supposed to tackle the situations, how you handle the situations, what formation you are supposed to play. So that's what happens. It also improve your tactical skills. At the same time, when you improve this kind of skills, what happens there? You automatically improvement in the games. So in games, you get better in the game. So these are the reasons why tournament is important. That is the development of sports skills. And a point number 2 that is helpful in selections of players. For example, like you want to select players for the higher levels, maybe for the national level, for the international level. So what happens that in a zonal level or in a district level, what do is that this tournament is conducted. Then from the tournaments or from the match that's been conducted, you can select who is a better player, who is a good player. And from there, what happens is that the selected players can be taken to the national level or for the international level for a higher performance. Then in the point number 3, there is development of social qualities. Social quality means the way you behave, the way your etiquette, the discipline. So in this case, what happens is when you compete, when you take part in tournaments, what happens is you meet lots of people, you mingle with them, then after you talk, you share your opinions, views, how you play. So in these situations, what happens is that it develops your tolerance levels, cooperation level, brotherhood, and discipline. So these are the points, these are the qualities that develop in yourself when you take part in a competition. At the same time, it also develops your justice, honesty, respect for others are also developed through the tournament. So these are also the qualities that help us to develop by taking part in the tournament. In the 4th point, there is source of recreation. Recreation means form of entertainment, like you're watching a television, you're watching the favorite show. This is a form of recreation. You're going out to play football match. This is a form of recreation. Then after that, you are meeting your friends or going for adventure stuff. So this is also a form of recreation. Recreations can be understood as a form of entertainment. So source of recreation. So what happens there? when a tournament is being conducted, it's a recreations not only for the players enjoying, but at the same time what happens is that even the audience they are enjoying. So what they do is that even the organizers, they invest huge amount of money so they can increase the recreations level for the not only for the participants but also for the viewers. In point number 3, there is development of nationals and international integrations. National integration in the form of like the unities and brotherhoods. When you take part in the competitions, what happens is that you feel a form of unity and brotherhood. Like for example, you are playing from the international levels. So you're playing cricket. So with your teammates, you're competing with other countries. So in this situation, what happens is that you feel that sense of brotherhood. All the teammates from different part of the country, from different states, from different religions. So what they do when they come together, and when they come together and play for the nations, what happens? They feel as a form of unity and brotherhood, and they feel good for themselves. At the same time, a tournament is also one of the best means of international peace. For one example would be like maybe India, Pakistan. They have a very this complicated situation right now. But when they play, what happens there? You see that from the audience, they cheer up for each of the teams, and after they feel good about them. So it's also a form. The sports or the tournament is also a form of international peace. In the next part, we'll be discussing about the types of tournaments. There are 4 types of tournaments. First of all, knockout tournaments. Now, what is knockout tournament? Knockout tournaments means you'll be competing in a match or in events in a tournament, and after once you lose a match, what happens is that you are eliminated from the tournament or from the match. You will not be able to play for the second match or for the second round like this. So that's the meaning for that is knockout tournament. Now under that, next part we have is league or round robin tournament. League tournaments means every team's members or every team get an equal number of opportunity, and based on the points they will be going to the second round or maybe they will going to the third round. But in this league tournaments, what happens is every team get an equal number of opportunity. But in knockout tournaments, you get only one opportunity. If you win the match, you will go to the next round. But if you lose a match, you are eliminated from the tournament. In the third portion, we have competition tournaments. Competition means combining, maybe you're combining knockout and league together, or maybe combining knockout two knockout together. That is called competition. Competition means just joining together, combining 2 things. So in the competition tournament, we find knockout come knockout. That means knockout and knockout you can join together, or maybe there's league come league, or it can be knockout come league, or you can also combine as league come knockout. So you can combine these 2 types of tournaments, and after you can form as one. So that's the meaning for combinations tournament. Now next one we have the challenge tournament. Challenge tournament is a request made by a holder of competitions titles for a match. For example, like in a UFC. For example, like you are the champions. So if you're champions, what happens is that I have the right, if I'm a very good contender, then I have the right to challenge you face to face. So for the title match. So it mostly happens in UFC, it happens in boxing also. What it do is that the number 1 contender have the right to challenge the winner or the person who's holding the titles. But it is also mentioned like this, that is in some case the champions have the right to refuse the challenge. So if you are the champions, what happens is you also have the right in some situations to refuse a match. And next one we'll discuss about advantage of knockout tournaments. Now, we have already discussed about knockout tournament. Knockout tournaments means once you lose a match, you are eliminated from the tournaments. So what is the advantage of conducting these knockout tournaments? First point is says like this: less expensive because the teams that get defeated is eliminated from the competitions. Oh, the first thing is that less expensive. If you're losing the match, if you lose a match, what happens is that the teams will be eliminated from the tournament. So what happens is that you don't have to worry too much about the money. So that's why what happens, the first point will be less expensive. The next point is like the helpful enhancing the standard of the sport. Now you will see that in a knockout tournament, what happens there, the match is always exciting, and after it is very competitive. Now the reason is like this, because they want to give the best, they want to win. So that's what happens, it is always very competitive. So that's why what happens is the standard of the game increases. Then point number 3, owing to less number of matches, the tournaments get completed less time. So there are 12, there's 12 teams. So what happens there, from the 12 it will go to 6, then after it will just reduce like this. So what happens there, once you're eliminated, you will get only one chance to play. So what happens is you will be eliminating the teams in each and every round. So what happens there, the number of teams is reducing in each each round. So what happens that it gets over very quickly. The minimum number of officials, since the number of matches is very less, so what happens even you require only minimum number of officials. So this is the 4 points. And in the 3 points, in the next part there is disadvantage of knockout tournaments. What is the disadvantage of knockout tournaments? The first point, there are many chances that eliminations of the good. Sometimes what happens is that sometimes the good teams may also be eliminated in the first round or in the second round. The reason may be because of this lack of maybe there's ground situations, maybe because of that, maybe because of some mood, or maybe some kind of situation, maybe some kind of mental tensions or something. So there may be some unwanted situations or circumstances that does not allow the good players or the good teams to give the best. It happens sometimes. So in these situations, what happens is that if they are eliminated, now what happens that they will not go to reach the final round. So this is also one of the disadvantages. That there are more chances of weak teams. Now, for example, if the strong teams is eliminated from the first and the second round, then what happens is that the weaker teams will enter the final match. Now, the third point says like this: if the weaker teams enter the final match, then what happens is that the spectators may not find interested about watching the match, because the spectators always want to find exciting and competitive final match. But if the strong teams are not entering, what happens entering the final match? What happens is that they will not be interested in watching the tournament or watching the final match. In the next point, we'll discuss advantage of league tournament. League tournament, I told you, like every team get an equal number of opportunities. So what is the advantage of this league tournament? The first point is like this: only strong and deserving teams get a victory in the tournament. So if you are getting equal number of opportunity, then if you make one mistake, no problem, you can recover this one in second and the third match like this. So what happens is that only a strong teams enter the finals, or only a strong teams can win the tournament. So this is the first advantage about this league tournament. Point number 2, every team get maximum opportunity. So this is advantage. Every team get a maximum opportunity. If there are 5 teams, then all the 5 teams will get equal number of matches. Now, point number 3, sports and games can be made more popular through league tournaments. Now, for example, you want to introduce a new sport. So what happens is that you can introduce in a league tournament. Why in a league tournament? Because the number of matches is more. But in a knockout tournament, the number of matches is less. It's not that you can only promote in league tournaments. You can also promote in a knockout tournament. But when you promote in league tournaments, what happens is that people becomes to learn about the matches more properly. Okay, so that's what happens is that you can introduce new kind of games and sports in a league tournaments, and people will be watching that game for long durations. Then after will be learning how it is played, then after what are the strategies to be played. So if you want to introduce any kind of new games or new sports, what happens at league tournaments is the best platform to introduce a new game. That ample number of opportunities are available. Ample number of opportunities, for example, like you are playing, you have 5 matches, for example. You lose in the first match, no problems. You have the second, you lose in the second match, no problem. But at least you have 3 more matches. So in these 3 more matches, what happens is you can improve yourself. So this is also reasons that is also advantage of playing in the league matches. That point 5, the spectators also get good opportunity to watch the match or game for many days. Spectators. Now, whenever you play tournaments, mainly for the spectators. You are playing you're organizing tournaments mainly for the spectators. You have to understand that. So, if the spectators are not enjoying that, the tournaments will not be successful. So, what happens there? When the players are watching a football match in a league matches, what happens there? The favorite teams is maybe the Manchester United. So, if the Manchester United is keep on playing for 5 times, 6 times, what happens is that the viewers will keep on coming to the ground, and after will be keep on watching the match. The same thing with the cricket match also. If India is playing for a number of times, then the viewers will be more. But if the India's teams are not playing, then what happens is that the viewers also reduces. So what happens is that the more the team plays of your favorite team plays, the more you'll be going to the ground and you'll be watching the match. So that's what happens is that the spectators, they also get good opportunities. Number of times, depending on the number of times they play, the viewers also get the ample opportunity to watch their favorite teams or a favorite player. What is the next part? We'll be discussing about this advantage of league tournaments. Under league tournaments, you have to understand that the number of matches is equal for all the teams. So the number of matches increases in a league tournament, but in a number of matches reduces in a knockout tournament. So first of all, like this, it requires more time. Since the number of matches played in a tournament, this kind of tournament is more, so what happens there? It will cost more time.
And if you play for longer durations, number of days is keep on increasing. So what happens is even the cost will be more.
Third point, the teams coming from far and wide generally face more problems because such tournaments waste the time and money.
They have mentioned two things, that is time and money. For example, like if good teams come from different part of the country, now what happens is they know that they'll be winning the first round. They know that because they're good teams. But what they have to do is that as per the rules they need to play the equal number of matches like other teams also. So what happens is when they play all the number of 5 matches, what happens is that they'll be wasting the times, and after the number of stay in this value will be keep on increasing. So that is also reasons why increase their times. At the same time, if you stay for longer durations, that means there will be lots of expenses for them also. So these are also the reasons. That is, they generally waste good teams, especially good teams, they waste their time and money. Or maybe for weaker team also same thing like this.
Point number 4, it requires making more arrangements for official teams.
Now, if you're playing, if the number of matches is more, now what happens there? Definitely you need more officials to conduct the match.
At the same time, also for the teams, also if you want to organize a big tournament, what happens is that you need to arrange the number of teams. Also, it has to be at least minimum of 9, 10 like this, also on like this. So the number of arranging the number of the officials and team is also a problem in arranging the league tournaments. At the same time, most of the teams they are not willing to play for the league matches also. Point number 5, the moral of the sports teams, most teams becomes low due to their defeat again and again.
For example, like in a number of the number of matches is 5 in a league tournament. So what happens there? You'll be playing all the matches, 5 matches. So in the first match, you lose the match, no problem with that. Second match, you lose, no problem. But if you lose in the third match, what happens there? You feel low about yourself. You will feel that I'm not good for this tournaments. I'm not performing as well in this tournament. So the self-belief or the moral value, belief of these persons will be going down. All the players will be going down. So in this case, what happens when you are defeated again against, you will feel less confidence, and after that you will not be able to give you 100% at first. In this way, what happens there? Maybe after finishing the tournament, also maybe the person will be saying like, I don't want to take part in this competition against. I don't want to play in these games against. So this is also reasons why the moral values of this players also go down. Now this is the end of this topic for this part 2. If you have any problems, please let me know. Thank you.